quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Geno. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard. Certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And tough going there, as he'll only get it up to about the 31. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Off play action. Johnson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. A first down carry for Henry. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And we tend to give those running backs and the slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. This one from 48 yards away. Gano's kick is good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And this... Definitely 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll start here with Jackson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Michael Vick. That's complete to Bo Jackson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Toss play to Jackson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd down, another carry for Jackson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Vick back around his own goal line. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he will slide down with a good gain. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. but I certainly didn't expect them to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. Now a toss play for Poe. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Vick now. Dancing to his left. Vick into the slide, and he's got the first. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll try to throw it here. Vick. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Rolling to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Throwing, Vick. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, and it's fourth down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here, a long way to go. They keep it with Henry on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Henry. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Snap comes at 1. And oh, it'll be intercepted. picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Falcons are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.